The OSVL 75-3. It's a beast, but it can also be a burden. Today I broke a window on the side, bottom right side, and I'm going to show you how to replace it with polycarbonate. But machines are great. If you lane clear, you're going to break a window or hydraulic line, I promise you. Good morning, Jeff Kelly with Traction Tractor Excavation. If you've done any land clearing at all, you're going to have some issues that you typically don't have when you're running your skid steer. Hydraulic lines burst because you poke them with a stick, while you're cleaning, while you're pulling trees. Stumps roll off the top of the burn pile and break windows, and that's what we're going to talk about today. What had happened to me yesterday was I was down to the very last stump, next to the last stump, putting it up on the top of the burn pile so I could burn it. The stump rolled off the side and broke my bottom right side window of my 75-3. What I want to do today, and my goal today, is to hopefully do two things. To expose Kubota first of all, because these windows, I believe, are exactly the same. We're going to test that theory today because I still got a good left window. They've got two different part numbers, which means, hey, that doubles our chances for sales if we break a window. But I'm also going to give you another tip, how to put a carbon window in, how to put a bulletproof window in at 1/10 of the price of what Kubota wants. But we're going to go through the whole disassembly. I've already removed the right side, but I will talk you through that and what all I did to get it out so I can verify that it is the same window. This is the window from the left side. I believe what I'm going to find out is the bolt patterns are exactly the same. What got me onto this and making me think that Kubota is selling the exact same window under different part numbers is the there we go, is this seal. So I asked them if the windows were the same and were they universal, and they said no. And so another half a day went past, and I thought, well, if the seal's the same, surely to goodness the window's the same. So I called Kubota back and said, hey, is the seal number the same on those windows, the left and the right? And they said, yes. I said, so what else can be wrong? What else can be different? Why would they have different part numbers? The bolt pattern? And they said, it has to be. So we're going to check that today, okay? I'm going to pull out the right one, and we're gonna match this one up and see. This is the side that I told you I'd already pulled it out before I decided I was going to make a video. What you got to do, there's like 6 bolts right here where your air ducts come in. See, this is all turned around. I just kind of got it out of the way. There's 6 bolts there. You got to remove these 2. You got to remove the bar, which that's not a big deal either. There's just 3 bolts that holds it into place. You basically got to remove the whole assembly for the air duct, which is right here. There's 1 bolt that holds it in place. Only 1. But there's not a whole lot to this, guys. You remove this, remove the air duct, loosen this up, slide this over your joystick, remove your arm, and you're ready to remove the window. There's nothing to this. By looking at the side that's actually broken, we're going to remove a few things after looking at this. We're going to remove this air duct. We're going to do the same thing on this side as we did the other. We're going to remove these 2 bolts right here. There's a bolt right there we're going to remove. There's 2 bolts right in there. There's 1 there, and there's 1 there. There's the fuse box here. I think I'll have to release it too. There's another bolt right here, another bolt right here, and everything should start sliding. I have no idea how this is actually going to show up on video. I always get beat up on for not being able to show my work to you folks. And it's hard to do if it's just you. I can promise you that my wife is not going to be the one over here showing, holding the camera while I do this work. It's boring to her. So yeah, she's not going to do it. So what you get is what you get, friends. glass in the way still. I tell you what, if you've ever broken one of these windows, it is ridiculous the amount of glass that comes out of it. But I can be the first to tell you, be glad that there are billions of pieces, because you'd have it, I mean, it'd be all in you. Tempered glass is a good thing, but still it kind of sucks, you know, that you have to do this. But I can tell you this much, man, this could have been worse, because where the log hit, you can see where I bent the cage back right here. It hit right here, you know, and it bent it within about 1/8 of an inch up next to the main screen. I've never priced that. Hopefully I never have to, but I am certain that that would cost a fortune to replace. One thing about these machines, they're great. They're like the Swiss Army knives. But man, when something goes wrong, it goes wrong. And it goes wrong bad. Okay, now that I've pulled out the left glass, I'm gonna try it on the right side. And let's see if we can either prove Kubota has got something shady going on, or I'm wrong. Either way, I've still got a template. If the bow toes are different, then I'll drill my own hose. So let's check it out. How about that? The plan going forward is, because like I said, if you have ever land cleared, or if you're going to do it for a living, this will help you. This video will help you. That's what the intent of this video is, to show you how easy it is. I'm in this probably an hour, and that's it. And Kubota wanted somewhere in the neighborhood of $380 to put one glass in, and it was going to be glass. It was not going to be the bulletproof glass. I'm taking this window template down from my good window, and have them to make it out of Little Rock. There's a place called Mr. Plastic. They sell all kinds of polycarbonate windows. I've always made my own. I just needed the template because, you know, it makes things easier. So why wouldn't you check it out? Now, instead of paying all that money to Kubota, I'm going to replace both of them, is what I'm going to do. I'm going to replace both of them with polycarbonate, and I think the price on all of that is like $160 for both of them, not $800. Today, I am going to reassemble the windows that I had replaced. These are all compact or impact resistant glasses, and I'm getting ready to put it back together now. What I've done, I've taken some black silicone and went around the edges of both sides, on the top and on the bottom. I've already put this window back in, so we're basically going to reverse the process. It starts by putting the window back in after you silicone it, and then start putting it back together piece by piece. I'm not really torquing these things down at all. I'm just kind of getting them snug. I'm trying to get them all equally snug, because the fluffy side of this seal goes towards the outside. That's what's actually making the seal. Okay, I've already got all those little nuts connected. Now I'm gonna, as I start putting stuff back together, I'm gonna wipe everything off with Pledge. Pledge, I don't know if you know it or not, it's great for this type of equipment because it kind of deflects the dirt somewhat, and it doesn't stick as bad. So I've got all my parts already in here for this left side of the driver's thing, and so I'm gonna put it back piece by piece. I'm gonna start out by putting the air duct back in here first. Going off of memory, the like I said, I was going to put the air duct in first, and then I had to put the front air duct piece in that goes to these, and then I bolted them together there, and there's 2 bolts underneath here that you got to put together. Next, if I'm not mistaken, it can be either one of these, but I think I'm gonna get this arm put back in place so that I can move around a little bit, because it's kind of hard to move right now with that in the way. So I'll show you that afterwards. All right, we've completed the left side. Now we're going to start the right side. As you can see, everything's disassembled. I've already cleaned the majority of the parts. Still got to clean all the consoles and stuff here, and then I'm going to slide that window in.